Hola, muy buenos días chicos. Esta es nuestra manera en la que vamos a dar clases el día de hoy y vamos a continuar con nuestras labores conforme nuestro programa de educación en la materia de inglés. Bueno, para empezar, ahorita les estoy dando las indicaciones en español, posteriormente vamos a seguir con nuestra clase en inglés para continuar con nuestro programa de estudios. Acuérdense de las recomendaciones que están haciendo ahorita: lavarse las manos, mantener una distancia, quedarse en casa para evitar los contagios ante esta contingencia. Bien. Okay, boys, continue with our program. We are going to learn the present perfect. We are going to learn the structure, some verbs, and some vocabulary. Okay, now in your screen, we are going to watch the present perfect. Okay, pay attention please. To make affirmative sentence in present perfect, we have to use the auxiliary verb have, or in third person we are going to use has. Okay, so in the pronouns I, you, we, they, we use the verb have, and in third person, when we have to make a sentence with he, she, or it, we have to use has. Okay, we must use has. Recently, we can use another frequency of verbs like recently, often, seldom, never, ever, already, just, not yet, today, for this year, month, week, finally, lately, since, any kind of frequency of verbs that we learned. Okay, boys, this is present perfect simple. It's an action that started in the past, but it could be continuing the present, okay? So it's an action that is unfinished. How long? I don't know. For example, I have known Karen since 1994. Or, she has lived in London for 3 years ago, or for 3 years. We can make a contraction here. I have for I've, or she has. We can make the contraction with she's. Okay? So I have known Karen since 1994, or I've known Karen since 1994. She's lived in London for 3 years, or she has lived in London for 3 years. Used with since 2010, since July, for 10 years, for 3 days. That's the time expression that you can use in present perfect. Okay, unfinished time word. In negative, we have to use the auxiliary verb have and the negative not, or the contraction haven't, or in third person the contraction hasn't. Okay? Sorry. For example, here, I haven't seen her this month. Used with this week, today, this month, this year. These are expressions you can use in present simple. In present perfect simple. Okay. In present results, I've lost my keys, so I can get into my house. Or I forgot into the car. I don't know where is my keys, so I have lost my keys. And we can use the present perfect for news or recent events. The Queen has given a speech. Okay? Now, you can use the present perfect using with just, yet, already, or recently, and other frequency adverbs. Any life experience. I've been in Tokyo. I've been to Tokyo. So I can use with ever and never. For example, I've been ever to Tokyo, or I've been never to Tokyo. Okay? That's the way that you can use the frequency adverbs. For example, in this case, the frequency adverbs just, yet, already, and recently, we can use here. The Queen has just given a speech. The Queen has yet given The Queen has given a speech yet. Okay? For example, that's the way that we can use the present perfect. Now I'm going to give you the grammar. Okay, this is the structure of present perfect. The form that we can use is have or has. It depends. Remember that we use has with the third person, he, she, or it, and the past participle of the verb. Okay? For example, in positive or affirmative, this is the way that we have to use the present perfect. I have finished. We have finished. You have finished. They have finished. Or we can use the verb, the actual verb complete, or the contraction. I've finished. We've finished. You've finished. And they've finished. Okay? And in third person, he, she, or it, we need to use the auxiliary verb has. That is the verb have, but conjugated in third person. Okay? So he has finished, she has finished, or it has finished. Or we can use the contraction, just adding an s. Okay? He's finished, she's finished, and it's finished. To make questions, we put the auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence as the same to the another times, okay? So we write have, the auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence, have, the pronoun, and the verb in past participle. It's the same with the third person, okay? We have to write the auxiliary verb has at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, have I finished? Have we finished? Have you finished? Have they finished? Or in third person, has he finished? Has she finished? Or has it finished? These are questions. And the verb at the beginning is the way that we have to make questions. Okay, the negative form now. The negative form is the same like the positive form or affirmative form, just adding the word not, okay, to make the negative. So the same example. I have not finished. We have not finished. You have not finished, or they have not finished, or the contraction haven't, okay? This is the contraction, haven't. I haven't finished. We haven't finished. You haven't finished, or they haven't finished. In third person, we continue using the auxiliary verb has and adding the negative not, or the contraction hasn't. He has not finished. She has not finished. It has not finished. Or using the contraction, he hasn't finished. She hasn't finished, or it hasn't finished. Now pay attention to these videos from movies where they use the present perfect.
Is your uncle? Him? I've never seen him before.
I've never seen him before. I have never seen him before. Okay, you pay attention to this part. I've never seen him before.
I've never been sick before.
I've never been sick before. Again, almost the same example. I've never been sick before. The contraction, I've never been sick before. All without contraction is I have never been sick before.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Now with a song, okay? Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Or without contraction, I have come to talk with you again. Pay attention to these examples from movies or songs to learn more about the present perfect.
I've made changes for you, Shrek.
I've made changes for you, Shrek. Think about that.
Think about that.
How long's he been gone?
2 weeks, 1 day, 15 hours.
Okay, now for cartoons. How long has he been gone? 2 weeks, 1 day, 15 hours. Okay? Now the example is with third person. How long has he been gone?
I've come to say goodbye.
I've come to say goodbye. With contraction. Pay attention to this because in English, American and British English, the people make contractions all the time when they speak. They don't say, I have come to say goodbye. He say, I've come to say goodbye. So pay attention with the contractions.
Commuting to work by bike has risen by about 60% in 10 years.
Okay, the last one, commuting to work by bike has risen by about 60% in 10 years. Okay, the bike has risen by about 60% in the year. That's all for today, boys, and continue working.